Karnali Yaks, trying to get their first win in this year's inaugural NPL. As Zishan Maksud, who's picked up 2 in 2 games, comes into the attack. Bowls him! A beauty! And Zishan Maksud produces an absolute perler from his first delivery. It's been left arm spin to win here, HD.
A little bit of turn here. I mean, that is well outside off stump. I would like to say, well, it spun out the bowler's footmarks, but there aren't many footmarks to speak of. Maksud strikes real early into his spell. It's Bipin Rawal who goes for 11. They're in trouble here, the Rhinos, 22 for 3.
Captain comes to the crease. In at number 5, he'll probably float a little in the order, and because it's the left-hander that's being bowled, Captain says, I'll come out next at number 5. He's very, very good against left-arm spin. At one stage earlier in his international career, he was striking up above 170. That's fallen off a little. Oh, so nearly 2 and 2. That's going to be 4. But definitely a little bit of fortune for Mala.
I think Zishan got a little greedy here. The previous delivery where he gets his wicket, the ball spins. So he's looking for excessive spin, and it doesn't. And so Kushal Mala can just go up and over, deliberately played in the air. And he's off the mark with a boundary.
Batter through the air this time.
Just look where Mala looks to hit that ball. The ball pitches just outside off stump, and Mala's looking at it on the leg side. But the dismissal, well, it's exactly what you don't do against the left arm spin turning into you.
Get one more look at it here. It's turned extravagantly, hasn't it? If you look at this angle here, it's actually hit the leg stump. That's how far it's gone. An absolute beauty from Zishan Maksud. That was the umpire's view. And doesn't he love it? All the experience as he gets into the autumn, the winter of his career, H. He's turned into a bowling all-rounder. He was a batting all-rounder, very much so when he started out for Oman. Burst to prominence in the 2015 T20 World Cup qualifiers. Oman shocked the world. No one had heard of them prior to that, really. Great bowling.
Plenty of turn. I just think that Rawal's looking to hit that through cover. Very, very dangerous. It's not a half volley you can hit through cover, but that wasn't a half volley. It provides the so-called gate to go through. Give Zishan his first today.
It's another one that, for me, bucks against the trend of the matchup. Oh, well, you can't bowl left-arm spin to left-handers. I just think people read into that too much. Bowl your best bowlers at the key times that you need them. And Zishan, for me, is very much one of the Yaks' best bowlers. Seen it in multiple games, haven't we? Refusing to bowl off spinners to right-handers. They've been refusing to bowl left-arm spinners to left-handers. Yes, occasionally that matchup will play heavily in the batter's favour.
Geez, I wish they didn't bowl Mutar Murugatharan to me. His off-spin against my right hand was more than enough. End of the power play, 28 for 3.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
म त निर्धक्क छु प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स छ साथ अनि तपाईको
प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स protecting your future.
Not a pleasing start has it been for the Rhinos. They've had such a good tournament, and for the first time, the VIP box, some concerning faces amongst the Rhino supporters. Here's Bismillah Jan Shinwari, the Afghan umpire. We're right over next to the match officials area this morning, weren't we, doing the pre-game show, HT? Been moving us round the ground. Are we ever going to go out towards that equivalent to the Bay 13 of the MCG, up towards the Nepali Cricket Supporters Society section? Maybe not. Particularly on Saturday. Tomorrow we're expecting a massive crowd. Christian Jha will continue. Won't get the single because I think it's come off Mala's bats at the non-strikers end. What have you made of his bowling? I know you've been impressed by his batting. He came onto the scene as a bowler, but he's almost maybe developing into the batting being the stronger of his two suits.
I mean, he's one of the taller of the Nepali fast bowlers, but he does still get the ball to skid through to the right-handers. Just, looking at his delivery, his action, it seems as though there's more in there. There's more pace to come with a little bit of help.
Ian Bishop, who was with us down at the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup qualifier last year, really liked his action. Bought a lot of them. He's used throughout that USA and Canada tour over the last few months as kind of the enforcer in the middle overs. Came in and was hitting the pitch. In Canada, the pitches are very tricky, and then down in Texas, the pitches are very good for batting. He had a lot of success in Canada and then just struggled a tiny bit down in Texas. Been a quite remarkable performance up in King City as well. The first ever Nepali player to take a 5-wicket haul and score a 50 in an ODI. Still just 19 years of age. He is a remarkable talent.
Ball just seems to be dying in the pitch at the moment. I'm not sure it's coming onto the bat as nicely as Kushal Mala would hope.
Great delivery. That's the length he was bowling there in King City. In that game against Oman actually won it. Made 53 off 35 balls and took 5 for 47, and Nepal still lost. Here's a look at the split screen of his action. You're saying you think he can get a little more pace into it?
Yeah, I do, but it's more at delivery. I mean, I think his run-up is nice and economical. Everything looks good there. I think here he can find a little bit more. But Nepal Cricket aren't going to be employing me as a bowling coach. That would be a backward step, I can assure you.
I'll see what I can do. I'll have a chat to Monty Desai. Funny thing was, though, then when he went down to the flatter pitches down in Texas, he really battled, including going for 87 in one spell from his 10 overs. That was against USA. He'd pick up 3 wickets. I just think his resilience, his mental strength, and the way in which Monty Desai has managed him since he went through what he went through against South Africa, Such is the passion here in cricket in Nepal. The emotions can be very high and very low. And when they lost that game by 1 run, he was somewhat vilified on social media, which was completely unfair. It really was. He did nothing wrong. In fact, he was within maybe a couple of yards of getting him over the line and winning the game. End of the 7th, it's 29 for 3.
Yoko solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs से बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
तर यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यो सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Now, here's one of the changes today. We've seen a change to both sides in terms of the overseas players. I think one of them's a really good one for the Rhinos. We see Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton come in. He should probably come into bat next. He comes in place of Hassan Isakale. And here's the other one. It's Will Basisto from Western Australia, the former under-19 captain. Definitely a part-time off-spinner, more in the team for his batting, but he's going to have a tweak. Such are the conditions here. He comes in place of Babra Hyatt, who really, in the first 2 games, didn't show a lot.
Just want to ask you a little bit about that point you made in the previous over around, how involved the public get when there's a failure in the team. I've noticed that a lot in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and I'm pretty sure it happens in Pakistan and India. Why is it that in the Asian communities that happens, and not so much in maybe Australia? I can't say England because their press give them an awful time.
I think the easiest answer is the pure scale of fanaticism here in Nepal for cricket, and also with regards, we spoke yesterday about how popular volleyball is here, how popular football used to be. The men's team has kind of drifted down the rankings. The women's team flying the flag now. But that scale of fanaticism, and you have to remember, the highest ranked sporting side from this country is the men's cricket team, up in the top 20, going to an event as big as a T20 World Cup. There was crowds of hundreds of thousands watching the games on big screens across the country. Well, ball just skids on. Main pad first, don't think it was. So, Monty Desai always pleads for a little bit of levelness from the fans. He asks for some consideration. Last year, everyone was saying, they're the best team in the world when they were going on that winning streak. And then this year, when they've been losing all these ODIs, fans, they're very emotional. I think that's the best description. Very passionate and very emotional. So when they win, the emotions, the euphoria. You saw those 2 close games the other day. The sheer buzz in and around this ground was phenomenal. Then when they lose, there are some, and particularly those who have been brought in new to cricket, attracted by the success of the team, they're still learning their cricket. They don't understand how tight the margins are. But Para pumps that one out the ground all the way for 6.
Well, we've mentioned matchups, and Ravi Bopara would have taken that to heart because he feels off spin against him as a right-hander needs to go. Our first Siddhartha Bank 6 of the match.
Good comeback from Basisto. It's 37 for 3.
म त पैसा लिन्छु अनि पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
NPL वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
I dare to overcome Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Jim Royals. Ocean Jazz going to continue into his third over. Really economical so far, only gone for 4. Mala might look to get after his international colleague. Indeed he does, but can't quite beat Sampal Kami. Did this carry? I don't think it did.
For a moment, I thought he hit this straight to mid-off, but it just hit the toe end of the bat. Kami would have thought, do I go forward? Do I risk losing my front teeth? He opts not to.
A vintage Kushal Mala here. Good stroke. Nice way to start to get moving. He's taken a few balls to get in. I think we might see some pyrotechnics now.
It's difficult for a captain and a bowler to get this man on the sweeper boundary, to get his position correct, because some balls are dying in the surface, which would lead you to think that you need your sweeper forward, well forward of square. But then there's others that have gone through, which then leads you to have your sweeper square. And he is on that occasion, and Mala makes them pay.
Five boundaries thus far. First 45 minutes always tricky here in the morning contest. He's loading up, isn't he, every ball now, Mala. Just to round out that point, HD, about the fanaticism and the passion, it's something that Paris Kadka actually had to come out and talk about and ask for a little bit of patience, because I can understand the disappointment of not getting that historic win over South Africa, or indeed Bangladesh. Remember, Bangladesh were 86 for 9 for a 10th wicket partnership, got them up to, I think it was 110 in the final group game. Nepal have never beaten a full member nation in any official ODI or T20I at a senior level. They've done it under 19s plenty of times. But with the disparity of fixtures, facilities, players and funding between the full members and the associates, by all rights, the associates really shouldn't beat the full members altogether too often. So rather than being disappointed with a defeat to South Africa, 1-run defeat, it should be celebrated that they got that close. And you certainly shouldn't be vilifying one of your very best players and one of your best talents.
I know it's on a different scale, but I'm a very big English football and American football fan. I know that there's plenty of money in those games, but I sometimes have to remind myself as a fan, when they perform poorly. That's nicely played, just helped around the corner. That's very clever from Bapara.
Just a deflection around the corner. Nothing more to it. And it rides the bounce, and it's the perfect piece of touch, isn't it? Gets a boundary.
Yeah, just going back to that point, that I then find myself reading that great speech by Roosevelt, Man in the Arena. I don't know if you've ever read it, just about the fact that when you're a fan, you don't really know what it's like being out there. And sometimes you need to remember the pressures that go on with actually being that man in the arena. He's such a neat player, Ravi Bapara. Right, that's the end of the 9th. 49 for 3.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल।
Innings. It's actually not a bad platform they have. If they could have a good over here, maybe be 60 for 3. The halfway stage, they're well set up for what, in the morning game, we think a par scores in and around 150 is good running from Mala. Should get him home, even though we will go upstairs. Durganatsu Betty would like to take a second look.
The Nepal paid decision pending. Now, does Basista have to remove the bails, or does this just clip the bails on the way through? It doesn't matter. Kushal Mala gives a great example of how to slide your bat in.
I think it's a great shout, HD. I think that did just clip the bail there. The bail took a little while to fall off and Mala was safely home anyway, but good fielding from the deep. Standard of fielding generally has been very high. Seen some exceptional catches, plenty of runouts. Maybe the running between the wickets has actually been a little questionable, to say the least. Saw some fans there, didn't we, in that Nepal T20 World Cup jersey up in the crowd. It's a wonderful thing that more people, more and more, millions are getting interested in cricket in this country. But yeah, that would be my one, I suppose, piece of pleading with them. Stay behind the team, however the results are going, and understand that Cricket World Cup League 2 is a very tough league. The 8 best associates in the world, all capable of beating each other on their day. The win over the full member will come one day, and it will come soon. That does come, that should be celebrated, but it doesn't come easy. About the best sides in the world from the associate levels, Scotland, the Netherlands, Ireland and Afghanistan, when they were associates, even they've had plenty of heavy defeats against the test teams. There's a reason why those sides with the bigger funding and the better structures are favoured in those games.
Let's have a look at the bails here as the ball comes. It'll be difficult to spot. Basisto's in a good position, but I think it just clips the bails. But good running between the wickets there on that occasion.
Helped away, 1 bounce, 4.
Man at deep mid wicket, man at deep square leg. The power is good enough, he's skillful enough to find the perfect gap between the two.
Yeah, surprise, Basisto came on in the first place, came on for Maksud. More surprised that he continues, but that is the threat of Kushal Mala against left arm spin. The halfway stage, time for a drink. The Rhinos, a pretty good platform. It's 58 for 3.
NPL वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड एन्सर एप नाउ or dial *123*6#. Vivo.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Into fresh. Freshness that bonds.
म्याचको मिठो साथी रिजाल्ट्स नमकीन जति खाए पनि खाउ खाउ लाग्ने
Insta for a complete home.
Vivo. Neocool solar water heaters. Water purifiers. Chimneys. The gas hobs they buzeeko cha. Your way of quality living.
Insta for a complete home.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
DHI happier ho. Tutte sa hai. And a bit of turn as the third wicket falls to Zishan Maksud. We've seen movement from the pacers and we've seen turn from the spinners. It's been a bit difficult for the batters of the Chitwan Rhinos. And they've lost wickets consistently. And you'd feel that Ravi Bopara, who's out in the middle on 24, is going to need to anchor this innings. Having a great time, aren't they, Shriram? Love to see your moves at some point with this music.
You definitely wouldn't want to. That's not my cup of tea for sure. I don't mind shaking a leg, but it won't look as elegant as it comes from you, Monali. Thank you for the offer anyway. Yeah, but it's just a festive atmosphere. They call it the Festival of the Himalayas, and no wonder. It's been a bit of a tough start, and the Rhinos are not used to it. Hassan Ezekiel at the top of the order usually gets them off to a good start. Luke Benkenstein gets going. It's been a different day for the Rhinos, who are yet to taste defeat in the competition. Karnali Yaks, exactly the opposite. They're searching for their first win. And Gabbar is not far away. He's batting second. And everyone has the same hairdo.
Is that man not cold?
Good question. Look at you.
Oh my gosh. Pulled away. And it's in the gap as well. We start the second half with a boundary. Glorious looking shot from Ravi Bopara. He says drinks are done. It's back to business.
Unish is the new bowler. He's playing his first game. Off spinner. Starts off with a rang long hop. Bopara says thank you very much. Pulled well in front of square. Beats the deep mid-wicket fielder. That's Super 4 powered by Incel 4G.
Tries to go leg side again. Oh, what a cutie. And she looks like she's bundled up as well with a juice box.
Just like you. She's decked up just like you. You've got 15 layers on you.
Great looking shot. And it's going to get the treatment. 4 runs picked up. 2 fours so far in this over. This time a little bit straighter, but Ravi Bopara stand and deliver stuff this time.
Got 2 absolute gifts this over from Unish. Maybe a bit nervous, the young bowler. But he's got to pitch it up. And these are too easy for a batsman of the quality of Ravi Bopara, who's just saying thank you very much. He's moved on to 32 of 19 in this partnership, 44 of 34. They were 22 for 3, remember? And they're recovering very well.
Just worked into the leg side, and they come back for 2 runs. Excellent running this. Bowler giving chase.
It's not only good running, but excellent batting. He's pushed the fielders on the boundary with those powerful shots, and then played it ever so nicely with soft hands. That's experience all the way for you. Any youngsters watching, good way to bat in T20 cricket. Hit those powerful shots, and then every time you nudge it with soft hands next to the square leg umpire, there's 2 for the taking.
He really does bring a lot of experience. Ravi Bopara, 46-run partnership of 36 deliveries, getting close to that, 50 runs. Came in at a crucial time, and he's just settled things down. He's anchored the innings, and he started to get that run rate up as well, going at about 6 1/4. It's going to be the end of the 11th. The Rhinos 68 for 3.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they possess your way of quality living.
Is that you again? On my
Please talk fantasy.
Insta for a complete home.
अब खेल्ने छ नेपाल.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Two lovely cameramen up at the top of that sight screen. Members get you these incredible shots.
Sorry, that's where we should have been, Manali. Straight up the side screen. It's a terrific view. The cameraman.
Well done, Zishan Maksood. Good diving stop to his left.
The left arm spinner is a good matchup for Malla. Malla's going to take him on, and Zishan knows that. Good piece of fielding of his own bowling.
Oh, yes, see?
Very experienced Zishan Maksood. Played his trade for Oman and now moved to the US. Very wily customer. Look at that for a piece of fielding. Excellent reaction.
Goes into the leg side. This is heaved. And it's going to go all the way as well. It's a maximum. Kushal Malla getting in on the act this time around.
There was a bit of spin, but that really doesn't matter. Kushal Malla coming into line and heaved it down the leg side. Over the wicket angle makes it even easier to hit into that leg side. The partnership of 50 comes up. Malla's first 6. He moves to 17. 74 for 3.
Couple of deliveries now in similar fashion, right? Just outside that off-stump line that he's missed out on. Oh, big appeal this. Bowling well, despite that maximum that we've seen so far, just keeping the batter guessing.
That one, bit of spin again, quicker through the air. What Fox Malla was just how it bit off the surface. A little bit of bounce as well. That's what saved him in the end.
Big inside the line of the ball this time. It's just going to be a single. 12 done. The Rhinos 74 for 3.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Tapaiको असली energy, Red Bull, असली Nerozo. Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers. Chimneys, the gas hobs they Kuzekosa, your way of quality living.
Insta for a complete home.
But our lovely mascots entertaining the crowd along with the DJ. 75 for 3 after 12, going at 6 1/4 runs and over. Partnership just starting to get up there, 53 off 43. Could be potential worrying signs for the bowling side. That's well punched and well fielded. They come back for 2 and home safely in the end.
Munish, the off spinner, makes way for 15-year-old Bipin Sharma. Left arm spinner. Another of those plethora of left arm spinners that we have in this tournament. He's a good one. The youngster, 1 for 18 in his 4 overs in the last game. Pretty good against the Gurkhas.
Appreciated by the keeper. Projected score 125 at this rate, but something tells me if these two batters continue to stay out there, we're going to see well over 160. Should pick up 2 here. Fielder is quite deep at the boundary. Where do you think this next wicket's going to come from?
That's a good question. They've got to keep rotating the bowlers. There's enough in this pitch. 7 bowlers used already. Zishan's been the pick of the bowlers. Apart from Sompal Kami, bowled a terrific spell up front. Nandan Yadav. The pick of the spinners has been Zishan. So I expect him to get a wicket. If you ask me where the next wicket's going to come from, Bipin Sharma was good in the last game. Bowled all his balls to the left-hander. Now he'll bowl to Ravi Bopara. That's his better matchup. Last 10 balls of left-arm spin have all been faced by Malla, which is good tactics.
Really well bowled again. Gives it a bit of air as well. Just the 5 runs coming off the over so far. And worked into the leg side. Should settle for a single. End of the 13th, the Rhinos 81 for 3.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Yoko solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs ले गुजेको छ your way of quality living.
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
59-run partnership of just 49 deliveries. Shamala putting on 23 of those, and Bopara, he's led the way with 34 of just 21 deliveries, and he's been a class act to watch so far. Zishan Maksud starts, and it's a single to start off this over. We're going to go down to Andrew Leonard, who's got Sohail Tanveer with us.
Yeah, thanks, Manali. I've got the tournament's leading wicket taker alongside me, Sohail Tanveer, an icon of white ball cricket in Pakistan. Sohail, great to see you. Let me start by asking you how you're enjoying your first ever visit here to Nepal.
Well, so far so good. I've seen it on TV. The way crowd goes crazy, but now witnessing here, I mean, it's something very special, and you hardly see that much.
Just going to interrupt you because Kushal Mala has hauled out back up to the commentary box.
Well, we asked for a wicket. Thanks, Andrew. We asked for a wicket, and we've got a wicket. It's Zishan Maksud, the veteran, who's picked up Kushal Mala.
I told you where that wicket's coming from as well, Manali. Zishan Maksud, pick of the spinners today. That was purposefully bowled with the arm. Kushal Mala will be disappointed with that shot. Wanted to clear the ropes, but pulled out to the man at long off. Gulshan Jha accepting the catch. It's 23 of 27 balls for Mala. And a setback for the Rhinos, 82 for 4.
Down to Andrew Leonard, who's got Sohail Tanveer with him.
Okay, sorry about having to jump up because of that wicket. Sorry about the wicket. You were just saying just how brilliant Nepal is.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I was talking about the crowd. I mean, I've played so many leagues, but the fan following, I've seen it in Caribbean and Guyana, and now it's here. So it's good to have that much crowd every day. They're coming out in large number, and as a player, that's what you need. You know, people should be there to applaud you.
something I want to ask you. I've got a ball here. I just want to talk to you a little bit about your grip firstly, and also maybe some of those slower balls.
Well, to start with a new ball, I mean, I look to swing it away. That's my natural ball to go away to right-handed, and so I just grip it normally because the swing comes from the wrist. The better you use your wrist, the better results you get. But when it comes to in swing, I just need to, because of my action, it's very difficult to bring it into right-handed. So I just across the seam, and I use this finger to get that backspin. And when later on, I mean, obviously it's about skills. I mean, in slow ones, I bowl two type of slow ones, one into the pitch, and if like pitches like these, I mean, there's a lot of grip, so I use that into the pitch ball rather than receiving in the air. But if it is a flat pitch, I try to receive back of the hand in the air. So those are the deliveries I mostly use.
And is that back of the hand delivery, is that something you really have to work on in terms of getting the wrist position correct?
Well, obviously, I mean, in slow ones, the idea is the release point and the arm speed. You don't have to, I mean, I don't ball it from back of the hand, basically I ball it from side of the hand. So I just flick it at the very last moment, so bat.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Idea is to come here to help youngsters develop their game, right? So it's been good partnership. We both bowling well, and I hope we'll keep coming like this.
You're bowling beautifully together. Big appeal there, out there on the field, and given not out. Tell me about your general thoughts on the local Nepali players. Have you been impressed with the talent? Maybe a little surprised by the depth of it?
Yeah, the best thing I've noticed is the fielding. They are superb. They're real quick, and you have seen some tremendous catches even in my team and other teams as well. So the fielding is stand out. I wasn't expecting that batter fielding, to be honest. And when it comes to spinners, obviously they have good spinners. Fast bowling, yeah, there are a lot of work. I mean, Rijan is very impressive, to be honest. But there are talent. They need to be polished.
I think the more time you spend here, the better those fast bowlers are going to get. What about the tournament as a whole? 2 matches, 2 wins. It's a really closely fought one here, but if you think you can get up to maybe, 140, 150, with the bowling attack you have as a boundary is edged away, that's going to help you. Is it 140, 150 you'd like? Will you be able to defend that?
Well, it's there's a lot of moisture. When we started batted, I mean, ball was seaming around and it's gripping. So we're looking to get 140, 150, something to fight for. And if we get 150, we have good enough bowling to defend it, inshallah.
Final question, not just the local players, but you've got some great overseas. Yannick Lofty-Eaton's getting his chance today. Are you enjoying mixing and playing with all these players from all over the world?
Well, that's the idea about, in these type of league cricket, you need to gel in as quickly as possible, especially with the local boys and overseas, and Lofty and Lucky. To youngsters, I mean, so far so good. We've been getting along, and they've been very involved with the local boys, and that's the best thing about it.
So, Hale, I'm going to have to take that ball back because we've got to throw it upstairs. Best of luck throughout the tournament. All the best.
Well, we might have a run out here. How close is this? Let's take a look. Good throw, just a bit too far from the bowler, and safely home in the end. Sliding that bat in as you want to see. Lofty-Eaton should see not out up there fairly soon. Some great insight into Soilton Veer and the success that he's been having as a bowler over the years, not just here at the Nepal Premier League, but all over the world. He's been a consistent performer for Pakistan and now in the franchise world.
Terrific bowler. He played the IPL in 2008 for Rajasthan Royals when they won it in the inaugural season under the great late Shane Warne.
Half a shout, but he's halfway down the track as well. It's going to be just the one run to finish the 15th. 90 comes up as well for 4 for the Rhinos.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
DHI happier home. Tukde sahi.
Insta for a complete home.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Yeah, Zishan has looked good this morning. Jan Lofty-Eaton earlier this year scored the second fastest century in terms of deliveries in T20 internationals, 33. Yeah, that was Kushal Malla looking to go big on this one. Found Shikhar Dhawan at long off. 60-run partnership for the third wicket coming to an end over here, and it was Zishan Maqsood once again. He's got 2 wickets for himself. Very good morning, H.T. Ackerman.
Beautifully bowled. It's got the ball to spin, to turn off the surface, I should say. Papar has been there for some time, so that takes some doing to beat his out.
Yeah, and I like the approach here by Sompal Kami. He has a slip in place. Ball's turning. And if you can keep Upara quiet at this stage, you rightly pointed out HT, which means you're really bowling well and bowling to your field. And that's what happens when you just have a few dot deliveries in the middle. You just force the players to do something different.
Well, the run rate is under 6 to the over, so the Yaks have done an exceptionally good job here. 4 overs remaining at the conclusion of this one. You would think that they would be aiming a run at 10 plus and over. And there's 6 wickets in hand, but 2 very fine players at the crease. Both have had lots of success in this form of the game. Oh, he's got it through. He's got it through. And this will be a boundary. What about that for a shot?
And that's what Lofty-Eaton can bring to the table. Very dangerous in this time of the game. Things have gone quiet. And he goes the reverse way. The switch hit. Not find that in the cricketing manual. Very poor fielding. Very poor cricket in the middle there by Yaks. You need to stop those. You have the batting side on the leash at the moment. Suddenly you give an easy 4 away. That's high. Should be taken. It's been put down. Oh dear. It's a crime at this stage of the game, and look at the stare Zishan Maqsood gave to the field as well. That could have easily been wicket number 5, and the danger man Lofty-Eaton would have been on his way back.
NPL Live को unlimited excitement तपाईकै हातमा. Catch the live stream, highlights, NPL packs, free tickets, games and more from NPL with Ncell app. Download Ncell app now.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs like Puzeko's your way of quality living.
Sharma into his third. It would have easily been 97 for 5 had that catch been taken on the last delivery of the last over. How close is this one?
He's leading a charmed life here, is Lofty Eaton. Probably just missing leg stump, but has spun a long way.
This could be close. Finger goes up. Pippin gets Lofty Eaton. Dropped in the previous over, but he does not last long. And this is a very, very good moment for the Yaks. That's because they've just been losing momentum. Half the side back in the dugout.
It's not easy umpiring out there when one ball is turning and one ball isn't. But Pippin doesn't bowl a big turning left arm spinner here. Here the decision is to bowl the arm ball. And it's just whether it's hit him outside the line or in the line of off stump. And it's been adjudged to have hit him in the line of off stump. It's definitely going on to hit the stumps. But that was an interesting innings from Jan Nicole Lofty Eaton. He goes for 9. The Rhinos are 97 for 5.
What a moment in the game for Bipin Prasad Sharma, 16 years of age. NPL debut for the Yaks. Gets a wicket in game 1. Sweet 16, HD. Sohail Tanveer just had a chat with Andrew sometime back, and he's here in the middle. That's too ambitious over there. I can certainly understand the adrenaline at this point in time.
Just getting a little excited, isn't he? Tanveer looking to hit that over the leg side, but again it's the arm ball, but that's hit him outside the line of off stump.
Lasted one delivery in the last game, was out first ball, Sohail Tanveer. He's out second ball in this one. It's Bipin Prasad Sharma, the youngster making merry in the middle. It's the second blob here for Sohail Tanveer, and 2 wickets in this over. And the Rhinos have been pegged back. Brilliant comeback here by the Yaks.
They've been excellent with the ball today. And this young man has bowled big spinning left armour, and then he's bowled 2 arm balls, and now he bowls the turner again. He's knocking over some big players, this young man. Tanveer goes without scoring. 97 for 6, the Rhinos.
Last evening, Naren Saud, 5 on NPL debut, under 19 cricket, and today it's Bipin Prasad Sharma. Amar Rotela walks out. What an over this has turned out to be. Still no run, 2 wickets into the final delivery, HD.
And Ravi Bapara stands and looks on at the non-strikers end, hoping that he can keep the strike for the following over. Could be a maiden wicket here. No. But the important thing, as far as the Yaks go, is that Bapara's lost the strike. That's 17 gone. What an over from Bipin. 98 for 6.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल
innings. The Rhinos were comfortably placed at one stage, 82 for 3, and now they are 97 for 6. Brief partnership between Malla and Bopara worth 60 for the third wicket. Helped them get on track, but they were always behind that run rate. One thing that the Yaks have done well this morning is they've kept them on the leash, kept them quiet. 2 sixes only so far in the innings, into the final 18 deliveries. Amarotela in the middle. That's a good looking hit. That finally brings Bopara on strike. Yeah, he just played all over this one. Just took the pace of this delivery. Bipin Prasad Sharma. Yeah, went for that wild swing of the bat, Sohail Tanveer. Yeah, completely lost it. And the youngster, oh, how delighted would he be to get the big man's wicket. So good. On the eyes is Bopara in full flow. Sompal Kami very early in the day got the wicket of Luke Benkenstein as early as the first over.
That has brought up the 100, but it's been a struggle for the Rhinos.
Nicely fielded that shot fine leg. That was travelling. It was hit really hard. Got the inside half of the bat. Keep it to 1. They'll need to do something over here. It's all Bopara from here on.
Well, he has to face 80% of the balls that are remaining. Just trying to think what is a score they can bowl to. I know the surface has produced some turn. The Rhinos have done there. That should just be a single. He's calling for 2. Gets his head down, well run. The Rhinos did their damage with seam bowlers, but it's been the spin that has been difficult to play here.
Yeah. Bopara eyeing another 50. Played a very fine innings in that last game of his. Got 51 and 38 with 3 4s and 3 6s. There again, he had a partnership with Kushal Malla. The crisis man for the Rhinos. Always bails them out of trouble. Yeah, he's picked that. Has he picked the spot as well? We'll have to wait and watch. Yes, very nicely executed. Beautifully done. Just helping himself with the angle coming into him. They'll need more of it.
There's some serious wrist work involved here, though, from Bopara. I mean, yes, it is drifting down the leg side, but he knows that fine leg is up inside that 30-yard circle. So he doesn't want to just chip it to the man at square leg on the boundary. He uses those brilliant wrists to get it fine enough for 4.
Yeah, on the brink of another half-century of Bopara, but that's not on his mind at the moment. It's how many he can accumulate in the remaining deliveries at his disposal. He'll need all the strike. Beautifully done. Accessing the gap. Back-to-back 50s. Brings it up with a very fine 4 behind backward square. He's standing tall in this innings for the Rhinos. 18 done is 1-1-1 for 6.
NPL वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नुभयो त डाउनलोड NPL एप नाउ or dial *123*6#.
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै लोसो
Dish home, खुशीको connection.
It's from Ravi Bopara, and what a way to bring up the half-century. The stroke that he played to bring up the half-century. We talk about a magician with his wand. Well,
Meanwhile, Bipin Prasad Sharma is making a nice little name for himself. Very first outing. Given the opportunity, bowl the penultimate over, and he's been deposited towards the cow corner region. That's a powerful strike from Rautela, and a good one as well at a good time.
Yeah, he's made a mistake here, hasn't he, Bipin? He's bowled it pretty flat, but he's got his length all wrong. It's a real drag down. It's an old hit-me ball.
Interesting to see how he comes back in this delivery. Hit for a 6 very early in his over. Another drag down quicker this time with the arm. Very lucky, but Bopara has been the man.
How about this for a stroke? Oh. That is glorious.
Through him! This man is spelling magic in the middle. Bipin Prasad Sharma. That's wicket number 3 for him. Hit for a 6, comes back. A ball later to disturb the stumps. That's a lovely piece of bowling.
Bowls the ball very, very quickly. That's flat, that goes in with the arm. There's no desire to spin that cricket ball. He just lets it drift in with the arm at a good pace. And another one goes. Falling in a heap here. Rautela goes for 9, 117 for 7.
Down the ground, gets some hand on it, Bipin. And finally, for the final delivery of the penultimate over, Bopara gets strike. Will he go for the big one, or will ideally want to look for strike for the remaining 6 delivery to HT?
Yep, I think he's okay. Just clipped his right wrist. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, he's been special this morning. Bipin Prasad Sharma, 16 years of age, and what a debut he's had in NPL. Getting a game, 3 for 21 in his 4. Got to applaud his efforts in the middle. Never easy when you're bowling to some fine batters in the middle, but there it is, an economy of 5.25.
On Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen. DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Shinwari just receiving some ice treatment over there, was hit on the wrist. That was a firmly struck hit from the bat of Rautela. Look at that. Oh, that can hurt. Mr. Shinwari, careful. That's why protective gear for umpires also these days has become mandatory. Just a correction here. Bipin did play his last game as well. Got 1 for 18 in his 4. 3 today. Which makes it 4 wickets in 2 games. So he's had a good start to the tournament for himself. Good to see the youngster making it count. Early days in his career. The idea is to thrive under pressure, and he's done that.
Final over here. Parr is desperate for the strike, but unfortunately, he doesn't have it. It'll be Sherrod.
This man can hit the ball as well. Sharad Vesavkar. Sampal to Sharad. Over to Bopara.
Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. That's what's required. This sort of total, yes, in a tricky surface, but there's no pressure on the team batting second. So it's very difficult for you to get behind the run rate when you're going to be chasing around about 6 to the over. Even if you have 2 or 3 very poor overs, the run rate's never going to get out of hand. So everything in favour of the Yaks here, unless Bopara can do something miraculous.
Lose the call. Sharad has to put in the spread. A little bit of a blip there. Oh, misfield. Dave Karnali it is. Should have done better. You want to keep Bopara off strike at this stage.
I think they would have run anyway, and Bopara would have kept the strike, but Sharad would have been run out by half a pitch if this is a good, clean pickup. But it's not. Twice he struggles. It's the handle.
Firmly struck. Look at Sharad, he's put in the sprint, another misfield, 2 more runs, Bopara back on strike. These are small, crucial moments where teams need to capitalize upon. Be the difference by the end of it.
Yeah, 1 out to long off, 1 out to long on. I think Bopara is almost resigned to it being a single. Sharad says, no ways, I'm coming. And the misfield helps him to just dawdle through for 2.
How early did Sharad set off for that run? Just went along with Sompal Kami into his run-up. Final 3 deliveries. Down the ground this time, even straighter. Much better in the field. This could be close. I reckon Bopara is struggling. Fairly understandable in that last double as well, that he was not able to do it in time. This time around, maybe, despite the dive, he could be shot.
Nepal pay. Decision pending might reveal that Bopara is short. He feels he's already making his way off the ground. He puts in the dive, but the throw is a good one. Walton's got to do the rest. I think he's going to be okay. We might have to have a look from the other side, because we can't see if the bails are off or when they come off. Ravi Bopara is going to have to make his way back onto the ground. He can't quite believe it. You're quicker than you think, Ravi.
Just a quick reminder, he's only 39 years young. Chadwick Walton is amazed. A bit of disbelief on the face of Bopara. I'll tell you what, he's setting an example. Age no bar in this format. Yeah, but good presence of mind there by Dave Karnali. Throw it at the strikers and sensing Bopara was struggling. Did that get some bat on the way to the pad? Yeah, the intent was right. Execution missing this time. Runs given.
Yeah, just a little scratch.
Yaks have done well with the ball this morning. Good toss to win. Bowlers responding. Zishan amongst wickets. Bipin as well. Keep them quiet. The Rhinos have found hitting not easy. Into the final delivery. Down the leg side. Fine legs up in the circle. The finishing touches provided here by Sharad. They'll finish on 130 for 7 in their 20 overs. I'm not too sure if this is enough, but the Yaks would want to believe this can be chased down. It's been Bopara all the way, 50 in the last game, unbeaten, 59 runs today. And he's been the man who's helped the Rhinos find some respectability in their total.
Nice finish, 12 runs from the final over. Sharad putting the finishing touches to the over with a little boundary. He would have looked at the square leg umpire hoping that he would have extended his arm to say no ball for height, but it wasn't the case. And so the innings does come to a close. 130 for 7, yes, you would think a few short. But I tell you what, we've seen what the Rhinos have done with the new ball before. In their previous encounter, they had the opposition 7 for 6.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट हरेक दिन हुनेछ सधैँ सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी मा लगानी किन गर्ने आफ्नो बच्चाको उज्जवल भविष्यको लागि आनन्दसँग रिटायरमेन्ट बिताउनको लागि आफ्नो सपनाको घर बनाउनको लागि लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनको लागि त्यसैले सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी मा हरेक महिना सानो सानो लगानी गरी लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनुहोस् सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी
भाइ रेड बुल के दिएको यो रेड बुल भनेपछि रेड बुलले चाहिन्छ
रेड बुल
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट तिमीलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
मङ्गलदे गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI श्रिचा प्रधान मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
विदेश घुमघामको फन एनसेल रोमिङले थप्छ छन् बेस्ट रोमिङ प्याक्स रु 100 देखि सुरु डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123#.
म त यतक्क छु प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स छ साथ अनि तपाईको
प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स प्रोटेक्टिङ योर फ्युचर
Insta for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
NPL Live Go Unlimited Excitement. Tapaikai Hatma. Catch the live stream, highlights, NPL packs, free tickets, games and more from NPL with Ncell app. Download Ncell app now.
यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ
अरे यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Insta for a complete home.
Neoco solar water heaters. Water purifies. चिम्निज र ग्यास हब्सले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
तिमीलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
मङ्गलदी गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती.
अरे यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Insta for a complete home. Insta for a complete home.
Watch NPL on the go on NCL app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download NCL app now or dial *123*9#.
I dare to express myself freely. I dare to aim with precision. I dare to explore new paths, fueled by ambition and unshakable focus. I dare to imagine a world where innovation isn't just a concept, but a reality. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
10 cast, pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 group. नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्. ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुहोस्, खुलेर जिउनुहोस्. सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौँ.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
अब खेल्नेछ नेपाल.
म त निर्धक्क छु. प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स छ साथ. अनि तपाईँको
प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स, प्रोटेक्टिङ योर फ्युचर.
असली एनर्जी, Red Bull, असली नेरोजो.
NPL Live को unlimited excitement तपाईकै हातमा. Catch the live stream, highlights, NPL packs, free tickets, games and more from NPL with NCL app. Download NCL app now.
तिमीलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
मङ्गलदी गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती.
Insta for a complete home.
विदेश घुमघामको फन एनसेल रोमिङले थप्छ झन्. बेस्ट रोमिङ प्याक्स रु 100 देखि सुरु. डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123#.
World-class range solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys र ग्यास हब्सले तपाईं र तपाईंको घरको पूर्ण रूपमा केयर गर्छ. किनकि नियोले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
Insta for a complete home.
तिमीलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
मङ्गलदी गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती.
DHI happier ho. Chuttai sa hai.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Here we go. Oh, now this is pretty close, but probably height is going to save Shekhar. Pakistan versus India out there for the first ball. I think it's going over the top. Manali Patel joins me. Manali, what do you reckon? Probably just a bit too much bounce. Oh, that's close.
That one looked a bit mighty close to me. That replay, the height looked all right. Sohail Tanvir shakes his head ever so slightly as he walks back. Might be a bit hard done on that decision.
Really close, wasn't it? Really close. At first I thought height, but then on second look, I'm not so certain. Dev Canal said he needed runs. He definitely does.
Okay, coming around the wicket.
18-year-old captain of the under-19s in January down in South Africa. A good campaign. He's got scores of 1 and 0. Oh, and so nearly another 0. Now let's get a look at this LBW, Manali. What do you think? It's not missing on line, is it? It's just a question of height.
I don't really think it's missing on much at all. Maybe just pitching outside that off-stump line, but it looked like he was going to strike that leg stump.
You could actually see leg stump. That's the key thing. I think Shekhar might have got away with one here. No rivalry like it. They call it the greatest rivalry in world sport, not just in cricket. India v Pakistan. That's what we have here. A little mini clash of two icons of the white ball game for the two cricketing titans. Sohail Tanvir wasn't best pleased.
I mean, you had a really good chat with him earlier in that first innings. Great to hear from him how he goes about perfecting his art. That looked mighty close. He's got a life here, Shikhar Dhawan.
The other thing I was struck by, I was actually going to say it, but I didn't want to embarrass Sohail Tanvir. Did you see the size of his hands when he was holding the ball that I gave him talking through the grip? Massive. The ball almost looked like a small ball in his hands, not a full-size one.
I will say that's the sort of impression I have with most of these pace bowlers. That ball just looks so small in their hands. But yeah, big hands. And the thing is, he simplified what he does, but not everyone can do it, right? It takes years of practice and it takes years of perfection. He talked you through the slower ball, he talked you through the grip, but the fact of the matter is, it takes a lot of work to actually get your wrist in those positions, and not everyone's actually able to even get into those positions.
And also, in Sohail's case, he said it himself, it's a completely unique action. It's what pundits or coaches will describe as bowling off the wrong foot. It's somewhat of an optical illusion, as he jumps into his bound in a different manner to most bowlers. Plenty of famous cricketers have done it over the years, and I think there's a growing acceptance. I know you're heavily involved in coaching, Manali. Growing acceptance that unorthodoxy is not necessarily a bad thing. It's Dev Canal. That is going to fill him full of confidence. He is such a stylish player. Very shy of runs thus far. His first boundary of the 2024 NPL.
Yeah, that expression after he's hit it tells it all. Picked really well. Right off the pads, and it's gone all the way for 4. It also means we've given 4 education kits for school children for every 4 that's scored. Excellent initiative this by the Ncell Foundation.
Change of angle over the wicket and solid in defence. Well done, Dev Canal, much better. End of the first, 6 for none.
Please talk fantasy.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Scarves and all the player welcomes, they've kind of been welcomed in. There's a big tradition here of pashminas up in this part of the world. Get you in on our day off to Tamil, where they sell the most beautiful pashminas, Manali.
I picked one up just a couple of days ago, actually. This one's not literally 2 days ago.
How did you have time to do that? You've only been here for
Right
48 hours.
Right after the game, I had to go get myself some warm clothing.
Rajan Dakal to get things going. Sohail Tanvir spoke glowingly about the young Nepal international who, in what is now becoming a bit of a contested left-arm seamer's spot in the national team, is the number one for the moment. Stiff competition too. Pratish GC held sway during the T20 World Cup. And also, I really like the look of young Durgesh Gupta. I know he's not capped internationally yet, but I think he might have a chance too.
We talk about the scarves. It reminds me a lot of soccer because we don't see them very often in cricket, but we see them quite often in soccer. Perfect as well for this time of year here. Have you got the scarf yet?
Oh, beauty beats the outside edge. This is a special delivery to a man who's been there, seen it all, done it all. Rajan Dakal's just done them all ends up. It's the shape. Now, we spoke in the pre-game show, and Sohail Tanvir spoke about the ability to swing it back into the right-hander. That's away from the left-hander. The perfect piece of left-arm swing bowling from Rajan Dakal. There is the super fan. He's got the top off. Tattoos of Sheikar on the arm. Iconic players. You think of Sachin Tendulkar. Two guys in the front. If you just pan down there, hopefully you'll be able to see, look, on the arm and on the top of the chest. You can actually see not just one Sheikar tattoo, several, and then their hairstyle on the left. Sachin Tendulkar and his super fan, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, his too. Sheikar Dhawan's is here in Kathmandu. And he's here to see shots like that. Oh, that's going to fill Dhawan full of confidence. Vintage Sheikar at his very best.
Super fans on his feet as well. Celebrating a very good looking stroke from Shikhar Dhawan. Goes right down the ground. Placed it. Didn't need to overhit it at all as he picks up a boundary. Past the hand of the bowler.
That's now the 200th four in this tournament, so that means we're going to see 200 education kits delivered around the country for school children. That's powered by the NCL Foundation, leaving a lasting legacy here in Nepal. Great to see. Plenty of other super fans, isn't there? There's the super fan for Pakistan, one for Sri Lanka too, but in India it's the super fan of a player. I think there's a Virat Kohli one as well, isn't there?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a super fan for every player in India. They're so passionate. It's just incredible how much of a fan following the Indian players have. And I suppose in a way Nepal fans as well.
It's the outside edge again. Despite that straight drive, it's a marvellous over from young Rajan Dakal. 4 from it, 10 for none.
Watch NPL on the go on NCL app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download NCL app now or dial *123*9#.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Blast, अटुट जोड, मजबुत सम्बन्ध. 10 Blast, pipes, fittings, Thanks, member of 10 group.
Lalit Rajbanshi has been exceptional, particularly with the new ball, the premier left-arm spinner in the country. Plenty more young talent shining. Oh, Sohail Tanvir's unorthodoxy. How do you go about coaching somebody like that, who does things in his own method, Manali?
Yeah, it's this school of thought between coaching and how exactly we go about coaching has changed a lot over the years. I think is he Taklu Dai number 2 there?
Well, Taklu Dai Dui, that would be in local language. I'm just glad neither our producer nor director are allowed near a commentary mic. Taklu Dai superfan, I heard in my ear there.
Yeah, just going back to your question, we're now getting away from the school of thought that everyone needs to look a certain way when we're playing. That technique and the correct technique idea has gone out the window a bit. If it works for you and you're successful and you're able to execute without causing injury to yourself, there's absolutely no reason to change it. Effective, repeatable, and it doesn't cause injury, and you're good.
Does that mean you look at the output almost more than the actual act of how it happens?
Absolutely. And it is. It's about the outcome. You figure out how to get to that outcome as long as you're able to get to it successfully.
It was a horrible period, wasn't there? Kind of over-coaching, over-technical correctness, particularly in England. They completely changed their syllabus, didn't they? In terms of now the more modern way, probably more of an Australian viewpoint, and particularly think of the unorthodoxy here within this part of the world. The Sri Lankan players, the Indian players, the Pakistani players, they're the ones now that are being looked to. Afghanistan too, think of Rashid Khan.
Yeah, it makes you wonder as well over the years how many good players we might have lost, because coaches and selectors might have thought, well, this person does not look ideal and therefore is not the right person for that role. But yeah, it's really, technique is important in a way, but it's just an enabler to become successful. If you cannot manipulate that technique when you're out there, given the scenario of the game, then it's worthless.
Again, loving this little mono battle. India v Pakistan. Sohail Tanvir v Shikhar Dhawan.
I really wonder if you're even looking at it that way. It could just be two players having a good time out in the middle. Really positive to see that the contest on the field is often matched with some great friendship off the field, and that's what you want to see from sport. We want to see positivity coming out of sport. Shape again, and this time it's well left. Required run rate just shy of 7 runs. It's not the largest of totals that the Yaks are chasing here, 131. So take a look at that movement away, just nipping away from the right-hander. What an experience this is for some of the locals to get to face someone with the likes of Sohail Tanvir. A lot of the internationals, the overseas players, bringing their set of experiences, the knowledge that they bring. And that really helps grow the sport faster for the locals too, doesn't it?
A tight start from two excellent bowlers. Yaks, 12 for none.
Yoko solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs ले गुजेको छ your way of quality living.
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ
सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
This place in the morning game is going to be a sea of yellow as the Sudar Prashim Royals be at it again. They'll be looking to make it 3 from 3. Just as the Chitwan Rhinos are looking to make it 3 from 3. To do so, they're going to have to bowl exceptionally well. Yaks right now won't be concerned with the required run rate. It's only 7 per over. Just want to keep wickets in hand through this power play. Keeper now up to the stumps.
Yeah, well played this. Moves across the stumps, just works it into the leg side, tucks it for a quick single. You only need 7 runs and over. The bowling side, they've got to try and find a miracle somewhere. Need a couple of quick breakthroughs, especially if you can get the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan. Big win that. Had a couple of decent innings already here at the Nepal Premier League.
Must be a single into the leg side. If you're just tuning in for the first time, maybe enjoying the action on Star Sports, wondering how the competition works, there's the captain, Kushal Malla. This is the points table. 8 teams, each play each other once, and the top 4 go to the playoffs. Big advantage if you finish first or second, because you get 2 chances to go to the grand final. Exact same as that kind of IPL style format to the playoffs. If you finish in the bottom 4, you're gone. Cannot get your hands on the iconic trophy. Dhawan pulls this away imperiously in some style. His second boundary, the best shot of the chase thus far.
Now, making matters a bit more difficult for the Rhinos. 202 tournament 4s now. Shikhar Dhawan gets a good hold of this, just a bit too short, and helped into the leg side, pulled beautifully. There's 1 bounce, 4 runs. And they're loving it. The Yaks fans. Good to see the skipper coming and having a chat with the bowler. Just get a bit of confidence back in him. Really need to bowl in the right areas though when you're defending a low total like this. And they've swayed on the line, they've swayed on the length.
Now through the offside, a little 1-2 salvo from Shikhar Dhawan. In fact, it's gone all the way for 6. What a shot that is. Slightly overpitched, yes. Imperious again from Dhawan.
Well, he's made this look very easy, Shikhar Dhawan. Overpitched, and just the amount of power in those wrists. Doesn't overhit it, but he's timed that through the offside, through the covers for 6. That's a difficult looking shot that he's made look very easy.
Now the pressure piled on young Rajan Dakal. He's changing the field everywhere. Back goes the man where the 6 was hit, and up comes deep third. So there's a cover sweeper now in place. Here's Dhawan going to target. Happy to take the single. That's excellent batting, using every ounce of his experience. Bang, bang, single. 11 runs, 3 balls. Dhawan looking so good.
He just needs to try and keep his length in line, Dakal. The boundary was a bit too short. The 6 a bit too full. He can just get that consistency on the length and the line. He can try and keep his side in this contest for the Rhinos. This one, decent length, just able to push it into the offside for a quick single.
That's whipped away. There's protection out there. Dev Canal wants the second. Shikhar says, no, we've got enough runs from this over. Right he was. 14 come off it. It's 26 for none.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
विदेश घुमघामको फन एनसेल रोमिङले थप्छ छन् बेस्ट रोमिङ प्याक्स रु 100 देखि सुरु डाउनलोड एनसेल एप नाउ or dial *123#.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
This little incident whilst we were in between the overs there. Cheeker, maybe one of the stars of the show in this NPL, but he's been treated rightly, as he should be, like every other player, by our two standing umpires. I think it relates to an incident the previous over where Cheeker may have just run straight down the pitch. Let's take a look here. I think he's all right there. Not near the danger zone for me. Then look at this. It's a stern old word, isn't it, from Bismillah Janchanwari. And Cheeker, have a look at this. Not happy. Off he goes. Happened a couple of times in the over. Wonder will that fire Cheeker up. Now here's a good move, I think. Get some experience into the attack. Sharad Vasaker, very handy off spinner. I think he'd probably prefer to be bowling to Shikhar Dhawan, but he'll have to bowl to Dev Kanal now. The legends of the game here. Sharad, he's a canny bowler too.
Starts well. I think the trick for the Yaks is this left-hand, right-hand combination. Doesn't allow for the bowlers to settle. And with that single, now he's got to readjust his line because he's got Shikhar Dhawan, the lefty on strike.
He's worked a lot in his bowling in recent years. He didn't bowl a huge amount at the start of his career. As he's moved into the veteran territory, he's definitely got more control of his off breaks. Quite a stylish bowler, actually. Does give it a tweak. Dhawan will canter back for a couple here very easily.
Three bowlers used so far between Soil Tanvir, the call, and now Sharad. No breakthrough yet. And this is foreign territory for the Rhinos, where the openers haven't picked up early wickets. Soil Tanvir 5 for a couple of games ago, bowled really well in the last game. Dekal picked up wickets as well.
Yeah, 3 for in his first outing, then 5 for in his second. Incredible from Sohail Tanvir. But he's been kept wicketless. Just doing a bit of look at the career numbers for Tanvir and Dhawan. They never actually played against each other in an India v Pakistan game, which is surprising given their career spans were similar. Tanvir 2007, 2017. Cheeker started a little later, but his last international in 2022. But we're getting to see them square off here in Nepal. Good start from the Yaks. It's 31 for none.
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
प्रस्तुत छ 10 blast अटुट जोड मजबुत सम्बन्ध 10 blast pipes fittings tanks member of 10 group. अब खेल्ने छ नेपाल.
Good start this by the Yaks. No fireworks, but there don't need to be any. It's column that looks really healthy. Will want to be just managing things like this. There's an appeal. We're going to go and have a look upstairs. power play decision pending. Dev Karnali seems pretty confident that he's okay. Bowled beautifully, wasn't it? No pace on it.
Nicely bowled from Mala. Very canny left arm spinner. Pike across the line. Too early with the shot. Should be safe. I was just going to say HD. Are the Yaks going to be the first team not to lose a wicket in power play? Am I going to jinx it? 5.131. They've blunted the new ball attack, which is a win. Tanvir and Dakkal. Yeah, that's not out. Rightfully so.
You're 100% right. That's exactly what they obviously went out there and did and said, look, their real threat is Tanvir and Dakkal at the top. They've done all the damage for the Rhinos over the course of their opening few games. Let's just look after them. Yep, we'll score, but there's no need for us to take any unnecessary risks. We're only chasing 130. They've done it brilliantly.
Good to see Shikhar going and having a chat with Dev Karnali, the young under-19 batter. 9 of 18 balls. He's under a bit of pressure to score.
That's the best place to settle at the non-striker's end. Does well to get off.
That's what Shikhar would have said. Give me the strike against the left-arm spinner. Don't do anything silly. It's good to have that calming influence sometimes as a senior batter. When so much goes through the mind of a youngster, just to have that nerves of calm, just come in your ear and give you the right type of advice.
What does Shikhar Dhawan have for us here against the left-arm spin of Mala? He over pitches. Shikhar Dhawan will go downtown, over long on, down even towards the mid-wicket area. So Mala can't afford to be too full. Nicely bowled. Good over from Kushal Mala. So the power play is done. They haven't lost a wicket. The Yaks have 32.
Welcome to IME Wallet. IME
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
We always have early starts here. It's a little bit chilly in the morning. But once that sun comes out, it really is quite beautiful. And the grass banks are starting to fill up nicely. By the time the afternoon game starts, we're pretty much at capacity. Gerard's going to keep going. Bowled a tidy first over, and for just the 5. At the feet.
Yeah, good from Dev Karnali. It's a good use of the feed. Good shot into the gap along the ground. Gets him a couple. Needs to get a little bit of move on that will take the pressure off Shikhar Dhawan. It's been a cautious start. 34 for no loss.
Not convincing. Do you think he feels pressure? Do you think a player with that experience feels pressure? Do cricketers always feel it no matter the competition they play in? It's pitched well outside leg stump.
Everyone feels a little bit, especially when you come to a tournament like this. You've got such expectations and you've got that pride in your performance. So definitely Shikhar will have a bit of nerves. That's more like it. That's the Dev Karnali we know. And he's taken full toll of the senior Sharad Vesavkar. And they're getting a move on now, just after power play. And Shikhar Dhawan has been such a good influence for him. It's a Siddharth Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. Good shot, change of angle from over the wicket, but was right into the wheelhouse. And it's dispatched way into the crowd. Good swing of the bat. He's coming back around the wicket now. You like that angle, don't you, HD?
I've always been a fan of the left arm spinners bowl around the wicket to right-handers, but I like to see left arm spinners bowl around the wicket to left-handers. I like to see off spinners bowl around the wicket to right. I just think it's more of an attacking angle of attack. I know that I might be speaking predominantly about the longer version of the game because it gives you more modes of dismissal. The ball, you get someone LBW, get them caught slip. What's your feeling?
100%. It just brings more modes of dismissals into play, especially day one. If it's rough, it's understandable that you go over the wicket, try and hit those foot marks. But on a good wicket, if you can spin the ball around the wicket, definitely creates a better angle. See Nathan Lyon doing that. 7 overs gone, 43 for no loss.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस्। तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौं।
अरे यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Yogo solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs like बुझेको छ your way of quality living. Can't wait, won't wait. Some stock fantasy.
Motor and JQ, the fastest growing brand in the world. Blade battery technology. Technology is moving far too quickly for my liking. What a beautiful car that is.
We enjoyed that drive to the stadium the other day. Quite comfortable, I must say. We were sitting in front, looking at that giant sort of screen they have, the tap screen. It's beautiful.
Just had the privilege of driving in it for the one day. Here we see the left-handed Mala bowling around the wicket to the left-handed Chitwan. I just think even in one-day cricket, it's just look at a left-hander bowling to a left-hander, for example, is that when he comes down the wicket, the ball can go straight on past the outside edge. You can get someone else stumped. You can't just nonchalantly plonk your front pad down the wicket because if it lands on and straightens, you can get someone out LBW. So I like the fact that it gets even used in the shorter versions of the game. You were speaking about Nathan Lyon. Too often, I think the spinners are happy to be just hit down the ground for a single every ball. And so left armers will bowl over the wicket to the left-hander and they'll just plug them away down to long on through mid-wicket and score too easily. Easiest way to restrict a team is by getting wickets.
No, Donald, when you bowl around the wicket, you bring both edges into play. You slide the one across the left-hander or bring it back and get him LB. Very difficult to get an LBW decision from over the wicket because your impact is either outside off or the ball is turning down leg. And with the DRS coming in, people are scared to sweep when you bowl around the wicket.
Such a high-scoring stroke now, isn't it? The sweep and the reverse sweep. All teams so well supported here at the TU. Well, Kushal Mala. Just 6 now in his 2 overs. That's 8 gone. 48 without loss.
Watch NPL on the go on NCL app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download NCL app now or dial *123*9#.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म क्यास पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Struggle for the Rhinos this morning. Only Ravi Bapara came to terms with a surface that produced a little bit of spin. His unbeaten 59, getting them to 130 for 7. Nice stroke finds the gap, but it'll just be 1. Edge closer to that 50 mark. No real risks being taken here, Shriyam.
No necessity for a risk as well. 6.93 the asking rate. Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton from Namibia. 12 wickets. More known for his batting. He's got one of the fastest hundreds on this ever ground. Good piece of bowling. Skidded off the surface. Very good. Lofty-Eaton. Stump to stump. Just get it on a little quicker.
Just wonder here whether the Yaks can dig themselves into a hole. Because there's no real risks. We did see Dev Kunal hit a towering 6 over deep mid wicket. There we go. There we go. It'll just be 1, but I just wonder if there needs to be a little bit more authority in this partnership now that they're nearing the halfway mark.
I agree with you. I'll tell you, Shikhar will be well aware of that. 50 comes up, 50 opening partnership. I think this is one of the highest opening partnerships of the NPL so far. Dev Kunal has to get going. Shikhar will be happy to bat through the innings. His experience will be so vital in this chase. But Dev Kunal has to show a little more urgency just to take the pressure off Shikhar and not allow that required run rate to go up.
Another dot ball. So a good over there. 9 gone now. 50 without loss.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोज
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Shikhar Dhawan still happy to just knock it around for ones, but Dev Kunal is striking it at 77 at the moment. He needs to pick that up, get that strike rate above 100 somehow. Yes, it's not a towering score that they're after, but the nerves can jangle in the dugout if a wicket or 2 goes down now, because that required rate is drifting upwards towards 8. And barely got to the other side, he bowled it so slowly.
He's giving no pace at all. Yeah, I completely agree with you, especially if Shikhar gets out. There might be a bit of panic if they have another couple of slow overs. Yeah, definitely up to Dev Kunal now. Shikhar will wait for his right matchup. He'll target the right bowler, knowing him. It'll be around the 12th, 13th over. If he just steps on the gas, he will target one big over, which will just release the pressure. And he's waiting for that right moment. But before that, Dev Kunal has to make a bit of a play here.
Still heavy favourites. The Yaks with 10 wickets still in hand. Another dot ball.
No Babar Hayat today. Will Bosisto in the team. Gulshan Jha, he will get to bat. A couple of wickets fall.
There's a big shout and given. Kushal Mala, the captain, has the breakthrough for the Rhinos, and there is the wicket that they were looking for.
Yeah. It's a painful innings from Dev Kunal that comes to an end. So slow. You could hit him down the ground. Sweep shot into the shot early. front. No hesitation from the umpire. Kushal Malla strikes. First wicket down, important wicket too. Dev Kanal goes for 25 of 34.
Corn Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Vivo.
Into fresh. Freshness that bonds.
Insta for a complete home. Vivo.
Corn Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Insta for a complete home.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs like Buzekosa, your way of quality living.
Such style and panache. Right on the money again. Really good from him. Halfway stage, 53 for 1.
Is that you again? Why do I want you all the time?
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Corn Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Even late boys. This might be interesting. Karnali Patel joins me again. Yaks in full control here, but the Rhinos certainly scrapping away, making it hard for them.
Little more. That's your leg stick. That's off stick, perfect. Yeah.
They picked up a wicket. They desperately needed it. Dave Kanal, 25 of 34, played a handy knock, but for the Rhinos, they need a lot more than that. They need, well, both of these two batters can hit a long ball, and if they can pick both of them up, they might get themselves in a better position.
Full toss, guided away, but protection up there long off does well. Let's take a look at this from Kushal Manali. He's known as a very shy, timid young man, often retiring Good decision for me, definitely LBW. Now look at the celebrations, look at the roars. You do not see this from Mala often. Something that the Cricket Association of Nepal have done. They had a big role in picking those 8 icon players, and Mala was probably the one that was on the edge. Could it have been Gulshan Jah, could it have been Kushal Mala, but they went with Mala and they've given him a leadership role, and I love a different character leading the team. Really enjoying what I'm seeing from him as the captain, whether they win or lose today.
Well, that's the part that's been so commendable for me with the Nepal Premier League. The setup of the league where they've highlighted the local players. Normally you see these franchise leagues and you see a lot of international players come in as captains. Doesn't really give the locals the same sort of exposure. But this, when you've got your locals getting that exposure, when you allow them to lead from the front, it brings in that sense of responsibility. It also grows the amount of responsibility and maturity within them. Oh, that's the happy dance smile, sparkly smile fan of the match. She does have some really nice pearly whites. No braces needed there either.
Power, vintage, trademark, Chadwick Walton. The man from the Caribbean just stands and delivers a Siddhartha Bank 6. Right into the deep end of the 11th. 64 for 1.
Is that you again? Why do I want you all the time?
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy. Yoko solar water heaters. Water purifiers. Chimneys. The gas hobs like Kuzikusa. Your way of quality living.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Vivo.
Definite advantage. In fact, anyone who's played at this venue will tell you the best time of the day to bat 11:30 a.m. through to 2 p.m. And you see exactly why with the 6 from Chadwick Walton.
Got a hold of this one and went straight down the ground. Good distance and into the crowd. It's a drop catch, buddy. He did have to deal with that big fence in front of him, though, so we'll give him that one.
I've seen 2 so far, the whole competition. I suspect there'll be plenty more, though, particularly tomorrow, where you won't be able to see a single part of the grass banks, already sold out.
Yeah, I missed the last weekend, so this is going to be my first experience of a weekend match here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely buzzing here.
And they've designed the schedule really well. So we actually get 4 Saturday games in total. Opening match of the tournament was a Saturday. One tomorrow, then next week, and then it all builds up to the grand final on Saturday, the 21st of December. It's been one of the great things for me. We're not going to see the legacy of this competition immediately. There's already been an impact, yes. Legacy in 5, 10, 15 years. Inaugural NPL. It could be really transformational for cricket that's already in the correct trajectory here in this country. Seen a 16-year-old probably be the star of the entire match today, coming through a talent hunt. With an under-19 Nepal women's side going to a World Cup for the first time next month. Future is very, very bright indeed here in Nepal. This NPL is only going to help that.
And that tends to happen when you have the right people in the right places, doesn't it? They've done a phenomenal job here in Nepal. Cricket being led by the right people, the initiatives that they've put in, the sponsors that this tournament has, big names. Shows the amount of backing and trust that they have in cricket here in Nepal.
Really good spell. Might be in a losing cause possibly, but it's fantastic from Mala. 1 for 13 for him. It's 68 for 1.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Tapaiको असली energy, Red Bull, असली नै रोजौं. Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsले बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
म त निर्धक्क छु. प्रभु इन्स्योरेन्स छ साथ. अनि तपाईको
Prabhu Insurance, protecting your future.
Fever.
Got a good shot of her in the morning. She was all bundled up. It's now soaking in the sunshine.
Change in bowling. Leg spin. And a real drag down. Just help yourself. Could have hit it anywhere, but fixate the man in the deep. Not sure Walton's running particularly well. Don't know if he's twinged something. But we're mainly going to see big hitting. So one wrist spinner replaces the other. Luke Benkenstein has really impressed me. I know that first delivery was a loosener, a drag down. Promise you I bowled plenty of them, particularly early in my spells, but lovely rhythm, a good googly like you saw there. Bowls at a flat trajectory, but within that still gets good revs on the ball, which then creates drift back into the right-hander. Very talented young cricketer in this competition this time. And he's played for England under-19s. Same World Cup where Dev Kanal was captain for Nepal. That one's into the slot. And a help down the ground, goes all the way.
Just a little too full this time in the slot and has been helped away. It's another maximum. Getting a piece of this, Walton. Eyes nice and big on that ball and plays straight over the bowler's head. Good looking shot this. 6 runs added and now just 55 needed off 45. They're racing towards that target, the Yaks.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last time, we'll say it. Best place to score. Straight down the ground here at the TU. Tries to repeat the dose. That's not going to help his movement between the wickets. He's just not moving with complete fluency, so I think, as he indicates to Shikhar Dhawan, that's come out of the back of the hand. That was the googly. That's why it came off the inside edge. I think we're going to see big hits and singles and very little else. Look at the thigh pad. No, giving us a wide. Ooh.
I don't know about this one. I thought that definitely came off of something. Maybe the thighs. A bit unlucky for the bowler.
Quite a significant deflection, I thought, off the thigh pad. Can't toss it up to Chadwick Walton. He'll just hammer you all day onto the grass banks. Brilliant from the man from Jamaica. 6 more.
The second one of the over. And Walton's found a liking to Benkenstein. This time through the offside. And it goes even longer than the previous one. Dispatched for another maximum.
End of the over. It's a big one. 15 come from it. In fact, this has given us a wide as well. Still one to come. Again, thought that might have flicked something down the leg side. So still 1 ball to come. Will be 17 from the over overall. 85 for 1 the score.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्. ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्. सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौं.
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsले बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
Insta for a complete home.
But Chitwan Rhinos had made it 3 from 3. You could have almost maybe possibly nailed 3 of the 4 qualification spots with the Royals. The Bolts and the Rhinos looking ever so good on 6 points each. Well, the Royals are only in 4, but I'm sure they will get to 6 soon. Ravi Bapara into the attack. Up down the ground for a single. We're not going to run fluently between the wickets, just going to jog through. Don't need to do anything else. But with the Yaks looking very good for a win here, this points table is going to get fascinating. Can't afford to toss it up like that to Chadwick Walton. Loves anything full.
Yeah, 2 cracking shots in the previous over. A bit of a freebie on both occasions, and it just helped get a bit closer to that target. 45 off 41, now 44 off 40. And this is excellent running, actually. We said they needed wickets, the Rhinos, and the wickets haven't come. A new bowler introduced in Bopara. And yet to get another breakthrough after that initial one from Dave Karnali.
Yeah, that wicket going to Kushal Malla, the only wicket taker so far. Dev Karnali played his part. Good opening partnership, worth 53. Cheeker slashes that away in some style. He's looking so good. Might be thinking of back-to-back 50s now.
It's quite incredible the amount of power he can generate playing through the offside. This one slapped, and he gets it as backward as he can. Up and over the infield, and it races away for another boundary. They've really struggled finding their line and length. The Rhinos just haven't shown up with the ball as we've seen in the past from them, and I think they've been so heavily reliant on those 2 opening bowlers getting the early breakthroughs, which didn't happen today.
And that's where the approach in this chase has been so good. The first 3 overs, there's only 12 runs. Was there any panic from Shikhar Dhawan or Dev Karnali? Absolutely not. Dev Karnali's going to learn from Shikhar Dhawan. It can only be good for him. There's also, it's been a little bit of errant lines and lengths. This one might have just flicked the pad, not given us a wide.
Maybe a slight pad on the way. I love the appeal though, so animated behind the stumps, so animated.
That's the one that's purely trying to say to the umpire, don't extend your arms. Oh, one-handed pickup might have made it interesting. Instead, Walton will keep the strike. He started very fluently. Yaks 94 for 1.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
Watch NPL on the go on NCL app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download NCL app now or dial *123*9#.
अरे यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Overs 16 to 20. Great thing for the Yaks is they don't need to do any slogging. They need just over a run of ball. 37 to win off 36. They're in complete control. And I actually think they've played really well thus far in the tournament. None from 2 doesn't sum up their contributions. So they'll deserve this win if they can close it out. And a good move from Kushal Malla. He has to roll the dice, get his strike bowler, the tournament's leading wicket taker, back into the attack. So El Tanvir was treated with some disdain immediately, but a marvellous piece of fielding. And it's Rijan Dakal doing it for his opening partner. Quite brilliant.
That's the ultraviolet F77, industry leading range of 323 kilometers, and it's a really It's an absolute stunner. Sports motorcycling enthusiasts are going to love this.
Fans loving the action there as well, aren't they? Up on the hill. It's Pakistan versus India again with Tanvir. Shikhar Dhawan now. Have a look at this. Rajan Dakal has already spoken about how inspired he's been by Sohail Tanvir, and he put everything on the line there. And you can see why Sohail Tanvir said in that interview, that flash we had with him, that he's been so impressed by the standard of fielding amongst all of the local Nepal players. That's 3 runs saved. Marvellous effort.
The fielding standards are something that we've spoken about consistently. In fact, even when you were in Canada for the Canada-Oman-Nepal series, it's quite wonderful to watch the Nepalese in the field and just how attacking they are with the ball. They take the catches really well as well. Excellent throws. And we can't forget Dipender Singh Ari. He is hands down one of their best in the field.
Yeah, he's the one that hits the headlines, but it's about much more than Dipender Singh Murray. Rohit Paudel, Kushal Patel, wonderful fielders. That one is quite perfect, really, isn't it? They never met in international cricket, these two, but they're squaring off here in Kathmandu. Dhawan into the 40s, and he's definitely winning the India v Pakistan battle.
The shot is really, really good. Top class. Mid-off had no chance in that. It absolutely flies off the bat as well. Places it so well. It's a couple bounces straight into the boundary. Shikhar Dhawan's having a great time out of the middle. 43 off 38, getting close to that half-century mark.
And hammered away again, and this time it's a misfield, but a great recovery. Oh, yes. Not the best effort at first. But Santosh Karki, I think he's recovered wonderfully well to save a couple of runs here. Deprive Gabber of another boundary. I think he's done very well. Athletic effort, body on the line, and 2 runs saved.
Yeah, you got to give him some credit for that. Very athletic effort. Yes, he made the mistake first up, but he did really well to cover up that mistake. Just the 2 runs. 50-run partnership comes up as well off 32 deliveries.
But he was loading up there to get to 50 with a maximum. Gabber putting on a show here in Kathmandu. The 100's up. It's 103 for 1.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
What a fine partnership this between Dhawan and Walton. It's been Walton who's looked so good in the middle. Got a start in the last game as well. Hit a couple of 4s, then threw it away. But today he's putting a price on his wicket. 50 unbeaten runs between the two. And he continues to pile on the runs. Sridhar and Sriram alongside me. Good morning, Sri. This is a good outing for the Karnali Yaks.
Definitely. They needed this after 2 defeats. They needed a win, and they're well placed to get on the points table. 51 partnership, 2 experienced players, Chadwick Walton and Shikhar Dhawan.
Is that a soft dismissal? Dhawan standing his ground. Lofty Eaton believes that came directly into his palms. Dhawan says it's on the bounce. Shinwari will go up to Subedi to have a quick chat. Shri, your thoughts?
Have to have another look. It was all too quick. Wasn't very sure. He's gone upstairs as Shinwari. It happened so quick, Nikhil. It was very hard to see. The bowler's reaction said that he's had it. But Dhawan wasn't convinced. And Chadwick said it bounced as well. So we've got to wait and see. 45, Shikhar Dhawan today batting. Rashid Riaz, the third umpire. Front foot's fine by the looks of it. Got to keep moving. Taken on the full by Shikhar. Oh, that's a big call the umpire has to make. Very tough. Really cannot make out there. Glad I'm not the third umpire.
Yeah, that's one piece of information with a front-on angle. Maybe a side-on view can become a bit more conclusive in deciding whether this ball went on the bounce. That tells another story here. How much of the benefit of doubt question comes in favor of the batter, Yashri?
Taken on the full and hit it straight into the ground. That's my question. Still not very clear. I'm glad I'm not the third umpire. Really very hard to make out.
In real time, the first impression suggested it went on the bounce maybe. But the bowler was very confident and he immediately threw the ball up in the air as well.
He wouldn't know. The bowler wouldn't know. As far as it carried to him, that's what he will see. But whether Shikhar took it on the full and hit it straight into the ground, that was my question. Because the ball came back to the bowler at a fair pace. If the ball had come off the bat, looped up a little because the ball was dropping. So my only thinking is whether Shikhar's hit it straight into the ground because the ball came back to Lofty Eaton a lot quicker. It's nervous moments for Shikhar, who's been batting so well. They're coasting to a win.
Yeah, everyone's eyes transfixed on that big screen. Yeah, we have two visuals, two angles. Yeah, so close. Rashid Riaz, the third umpire, will have to take a call on this one. Two on-field umpires, Shinwari and Subedi, had a quick chat and decide to refer that upstairs. Dhawan's on 45. Yaks need 27 from 29. In the driver's seat. At the moment, they'll have to just wait and watch. That's how it is. Anxious moments here for Shikhar Dhawan. Batted too well to be dismissed in such fashion. 45 of 40, 4 fours, 1 6. A partnership of worth 51 runs in the middle with Walton at the moment. Both the angles want to believe maybe the bowler had a reason here to celebrate, Shri. Lofty Eaton has a valid reason maybe to go up in the air and say that I have my man.
Yeah, how the third umpire interprets this, not much that we can say. Just get a feeling he might have just hit it into the ground. Now that they're looking at the catch, I think the third umpire is pretty clear that it's gone off the full. The good reaction catch from Lofty Eaton. An NPL decision pending is out. Shikhar Dhawan has to walk back. Very, very good innings from Shikhar Dhawan comes to an end in an unfortunate manner. He took it on the full, and the umpire interprets that he hit it straight back into the bowler's hands. Cotton bowl, lofty 8 and Shikhar Dhawan. 7.
Shikhar Dhawan departing there for 45. We're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. As Zishan Maqsood comes out to bat, a very fine cricketer, loads of experience, had a very good outing with the ball early in the day. 750s, 100, a best of 102 against Bahrain. And he's off the mark with a single as well.
You know him well, don't you? Zishan Ansari bowled very well today. 2 for 22 of his 4. Very experienced campaigner. Played a lot for Oman, didn't he?
He's the former captain, was the captain for a very long time.
Watch it!
And a very fine batter as well. Something good about him is he would float himself in that batting order depending on situations. He would come in very early to bowl for Oman as well. Perfect all-rounder in the side.
Watch! Remember you telling me off air that he can be very destructive on his day. They'll want no more panic here. The Yaks, they will want to finish this off as easily as possible. Zishan goes big. He just gets it straight to the long on fielder. Just a single. 4 runs and a wicket of the over. It's 107 for 2.
Watch NPL on the go on NCL app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download NCL app now or dial *123*9#.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
And they are in the driver's seat, cruising along. They have lost Shikhar Dhawan some time back, but Walton 30 in 18. Right, that's Kalti.com. That's where you can get all your tickets for the matches. They have been fantastic in managing all the tickets and all of it. The fantastic ticketing management done by Kalti. Super Saturday, Super Sunday coming along. Fans, quickly go to Kalti.com, book your tickets. Some great matches lined up this weekend. You want to be here in the epicenter of all the action.
I won't be surprised if it's sold out very quickly. So you've got to rush if you want to be here. People taking every vantage point. And it's such a wonderful turnout we've had so far. With some good cricket, lovely atmosphere, song, dance, music. We've had it all here at the TU.
This could be close. Yes, it is. Bopara strikes. Walton has to depart. He's looked so good in his stay in the middle. And against the run of play, 2 quick wickets means the Yaks are making life difficult for themselves in this chase. It's the experience of Bopara that induces a wicket for the Rhinos.
Now just jack back a little bit. Rushed Chadwick Walton on the back foot. And was as close as it can get. Ravi Bopara strikes. Good performance with the bat, but now comes back with the ball as well. 2 quick wickets gone. Is there a twist in the tail? Chadwick Walton gone. Quick fire, 30 of 19. It's 108 for 3.
Dhawan and Walton, just a 50-plus partnership, both back in the dugout. Arjun Vitalu walks out a best of 33. All they need right now, the Yaks, is 23 from 22. No panic still in the batting ranks and dugout. Straightforward chase, 7 wickets in hand. But Rhinos putting on a fight.
The Rhinos are not going down easily. Very, very experienced Ravi Bopara. Jags one back. One of those off-cutters that he bowls. Harry Chadwick Bolton off the pitch. Just played a bit across the line, did Chadwick Bolton. Didn't expect the ball to come onto him so quick. And the experienced Ravi Bopara makes it count. Yeah, still no panics here, Mikhail, but one more wicket could be a bit of panic, especially Zishan Maksud.
This coming too far across in this occasion. And ideally, you'd want to believe Maksud can finish off things and complete formalities from here on. Technically, they're 3 to 4 hits away from what will be a good win, but who's going to get that for them?
The catch-22 situation. Do you want to go and finish it off quick, or do you just want to take it as it comes and do it in singles and boundaries? So we've got to wait and see. Vitalu, one more single for him.
Rhinos used as many as 8 bowlers in their last fixture. Today they've used 7. Bopara being the 7th option. In amongst wickets, Balla and Lofty Eaton as well have accounted for a wicket apiece. And that kind of a target right now from here on, where you don't need to hit big runs. Just go out there and find the singles. You'll be held by a few ordinary deliveries like this as well.
A little bit of help from the bowling team always is nice. Extras going up to 7. Slower ball attempted by Bopara. Off the radar. They all want a 6, don't they?
Yeah, they'll want to push for the second run, but they'll only settle for 1. Fielders are placed deep on the ropes over there. Right, into the final 3 overs, 18 runs needed. It's 1-1-3 for 3.
DHI happier home. Today sahi. Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. Match number 10 on day 6. This is the media box. Yeah, it's a very proactive media center over here, bringing out all the news, updates, reviews, previews, and interviews as well. Kudos to all the journalists and media professionals to be covering this very fine event, the inaugural edition of the NPL. Yeah, so just trying to get into the mind of a batter. You've played for India, you've played for your Ranji side, you've been everywhere, you've played a lot of cricket. At this stage of the game, what's the general mindset of a batter to go after the bowling or just go about getting singles and getting to the target?
Good question. I think you've just got to play a right matchup. If you fancy a particular bowler, definitely go for it. Go for it early in the over. Take that risk early in the over. And when I say risk, it should be within your game plan, within your strengths. But definitely go early in the over and wait for the right matchup. Now with Rajan Dekal, everything's coming into Maksud, so he can take a chance. Short and wide this time. Rajan Dekal has been a very, very good bowler. Can swing the new ball up front. He's got the slower ball as well. As far as Arjun Vitalu is concerned, he's got to give the strike back to Zishan Maksud. And if it's a loose delivery, definitely take full toll.